Well, hello everybody. You may recall in a previous episode of Wolfie's Wheels, I was greasing underneath of Raymonds the 2CV and I discovered a small hole in the front exhaust box, which I said I would probably try and bodge in some future video. Well, today is that day when I get to bodge it in some future video. I've bought some stuff called JB High Heat. It's an epoxy resin basically that says it's resistant in very high temperatures. It's a small hole, so I think that ought to do the job. Also, just out of interest, I'm having baked beans for my lunch. And you might think, well, why is that interesting? Well, the point is I'll have a can at the end of lunch and I'll be able to use that can as a patch if plugging it with that stuff doesn't work to start with. So all in all, it's looking good. So I hope you enjoy the video, and here we go. So now we're suitably dressed, the first thing to do as ever is to safely jack Raymond up into the air and put him on some axle stands so I'll get some good access to the exhaust in question. Now, one of the things with a 2CV, if you know 2CVs, of course you'll already know this, but the handbrake actually operates on the front wheels, so very important that you chock the back wheels so that the car doesn't start rolling away when you start to put it up on the jacks. Right, so now we've got Raymond safely up in the air. Let's crawl underneath him and try and use this stuff to great effect. Right, well, the small hole is just at the end of this screwdriver. It's a strange little hole. It almost looks like it's drilled. It's perfectly round. But I thought I'd get the screwdriver and give it a good old bang and a poke just to see if the rest of it's solid, which it is. So it almost looks like it's been drilled. I can't see any thread in it that it might have had a small screw in it so you could drain water out the exhaust or anything like that. So I'm just going to clean the area and bung it up with the stuff. So I don't necessarily have the ideal stuff for the job, but I've got a bit of sandpaper and that's what we'll be using just to clean the area up, give this stuff the best chance of sticking. We'll clean up a slightly bigger area so that if I have to put the bean can on as well, I've got a bigger area to glue the bean can on. It's a most peculiar hole. It's not corrosion at all. And I would have been surprised if it was corrosion. That's odd. So I've squeezed the stuff out of the tube, and it says just mix it in your fingers until it's mixed. I'm glad I've got the gloves on, it seems very sticky. And then bung it in that old hole. So definitely sticky stuff. Should go off in an hour, and then better see there for after lunch whether any further bodgery is actually required, because I'll use this stuff to stick the can on as well, and then see if I've got some Jubilee clips of the right size, which I probably haven't, so I'll have to improvise, probably using something completely different. Gosh, this is really sticky. Right, well, I reckon that looks like it's all mixed, so there's probably a bit much there, so it's not a work of art. So let's see. It certainly seems to stick to my gloves. Great, my thumb's gone through the glove. And there you have it, Bodgery in the extremis. But as you can see from this more close-up view, there is a very solid silencer here, so it would be a real shame to have to replace it just for that. Right, so having done that bit of fine bodgery work, we'll go in and have a bit of lunch. It needs an hour, does this stuff, to go off, so by the time I've had the beans on toast, we should know whether it's worked or not. I'll start the car up. I'm going to leave it on the ramps. I'll start the car up and get back underneath it with the camera just to see what difference it's made. So see you later after lunch. Okay, so now it's after lunch, and while I was pondering the job I'd done on the car this morning, it struck me that it did look a bit of an official hole in the silencer, and I did wonder whether it was actually meant to be there. So I asked on Facebook, on the Friends of the 2CV Facebook group, as to whether or not I should have it there, and the consensus of opinion is it shouldn't be there, so I'm quite happy that I've bunged it up. It has also been suggested that perhaps a self-tapping screw in the hole would be a good solution to it, so I'll leave the gunk in for now. When it falls out, not if, I'll replace it with a self-tapping screw and get rid of the hole. It's the most peculiar thing. Anyway, we're going to start the car up in a minute and we'll have a quick look at it and see how it's going.
It's a lot quieter than it was the other day. Can't feel anything coming out there. I'm going to check the rest of the system.
Well, that definitely seems to have cured the hole in the exhaust. I've checked the rest of the system and there aren't any other obvious either holes or anything you can feel of any exhaust blowing out. So I think we'll call that job done for now. When it all falls apart, I'll put a self-tapper in and see where we go from there. Probably take Raymond out for a bit of a test drive this afternoon, just to see how well it all runs.
So we find ourselves out again in Raymonds, just having a quick test drive, see how well the exhaust repair has worked. I've also slightly tweaked the mixer screw just to see if that does anything. Not been going long, everything seems good so far. We'll go back next time on the journey. Well, Raymond is going fine. We've been going up some hills, no sign of pinking, even though I've got the mixture back a little bit, which is good. First time out since I've greased the kingpins as well. They weren't really battling before, maybe just psychologically, but I'm sure I can feel the difference. But maybe not. Yeah, all is well. So we're test for pinking coming up this hill, which you can't see because it's in front of us. We're in third. Drop into fourth. I know I'll have to change down again, but it's to listen for pinking. No, nothing there. I'm down into third. There's nobody behind me, luckily. The other thing I did the other day when fettling was try to cure some of the vibration in the dashboard, which I think I've largely done as well, so the car's a bit quieter too.
So there we have it, a successful exhaust bodge. Raymond's running very well. It's definitely quieter now I've had that hole sealed up. Hope I don't live to regret that. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, please. It doesn't cost you anything. If you do subscribe, hit that bell icon so that you know when the next Wolfie's Wheels video is coming out. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon in other adventures of Wolfie's Wheels. Bye.